wellness, family. Peace and wellness. I hope that y'all are well and happy and whole and all that good stuff. I don't know if y'all can see and hear me clearly. Let me know. My live chat people. Peace and wellness to the wellness community. I see y'all butterflies in the sky. It's a little late. It's a little late for us. Okay, if you are watching the replay of this video, shout out to all the rewatch gang. We appreciate you and we love you dearly. I'm doing this live at 8:36 p.m. Eastern time, okay, which is a little later than my normal time, but I really wanted to get it in, honey, okay, because we have a new moon peaking in Capricorn happening on December 30th, and that new moon energy will carry us into the new year according to the Gregorian calendar. The shadow period for this new moon does not end until January 2nd. Y'all, I have a cough drop in my mouth right now. Okay, so you probably hear it. It'll be dissolved soon. But I gotta have something because I don't want to get choked up. For those of you who do not know, I'm gonna give y'all a little life update, but first let me set the intention of this video. And the intention of this video, y'all, is for us to discuss this upcoming new moon in Capricorn, all of the planetary alignment that will impact this energy, how this energy may impact us, and also identify some practices that we can utilize we can implement to utilize this energy for our wellness. Okay. So that's the intention for this live. But family, let me give y'all this life update. Wellness community already know. Baby, I had done caught the RSV. And before y'all think the RSV is the ST, it's not. It's the respiratory virus. It's a respiratory virus. And I had done caught the RSV, I guess from traveling, because I was traveling and stuff for my niece's graduation. I told y'all that. And being around family, I done been to multiple, this is holiday season. So from before Thanksgiving till currently, literally today, I went to to a brunch today with some of the wellness community members. Shout out to y'all. Much love, all the queens who showed up tonight. It was a beautiful energy. But I literally have been at gathering after gathering after gathering after gathering. Caught the respiratory virus. And honey, that thing had me out the game. Okay. I did not know it was going around like that this year. I had no idea. Nobody told me nothing. Nobody told me nothing. But baby, when I say that thing had done caught me, it had caught me. But thank God I am better than what I was, because I wasn't. Okay. I am much better than what I was, y'all. When I say I was out. So I will tell y'all, make sure you are taking your herbs. Make sure if you are around people a lot, please sanitize your hands. Make sure that if anybody who is around you, it got a little sniffle, a little cough, a little baby, put your mask on, do what you got to do, stay far away, because honey, that thing, and when I say it's not just me, I have multiple cousins who got it. I got multiple friends who got it. My nephew was coughing. He was having some respiratory issues. It's going, okay? So please, y'all, be careful, be careful, be careful. Honey, I was chewing my ginger. My first signs was a sore throat. I felt like something was caught in my throat. I had a real sore throat. That was the first sign. And that just kept getting worse. And it had got so bad that it was hard for me to swallow. Like every time I would swallow, I would start gagging. So even talking, like it was hard for me to talk. That's how much my throat was hurting. And I never experienced nothing like that in my life. And when I say immediately, I knew that something wasn't right, because I was chewing ginger. I was doing different things and nothing was working. So I ended up going to urgent care and was diagnosed with the RSV, the respiratory virus. Okay. They diagnosed me, honey, and I was in full recovery, but still meeting with the wellness community. We watched the 6888, y'all. That's a movie right there. That's a movie right there. We are almost done with our book of the month, which is The Alchemist. And I'm very excited for us to do our final book club listening party for that. before the new year. But y'all, when I say I'm so looking forward, and I don't know, it's something about the energy of this transition of this new year, according to the Gregorian calendar for me, that is really like feeling good to me. It's really sitting well with me. And for those of you who do not know, I honor multiple New Years, right? So before people start being in the chat, like the New Year's in the spring, the New Year's in the spring, we know that. And I talk about that all the time. If y'all go back and look at my previous New Year's videos over the years from since 2020, 2021 and forward and before then, all my New Year's videos, I always talk about how I honor different New Years at different times for different reasons. And I honor the spring equinox. I honor my birthday as a New Year. But I also honor this new year according to the Gregorian calendar, because for the ancestors that I know, and I'm talking about I knew them when they were living, like my aunt, my granddaddy, cousins, both my aunts who transitioned, we celebrated New Year's as a family, the Gregorian calendar New Year as a family. So the Gregorian calendar New Year traditions mean a lot to me, because literally we grew up cleaning our homes, making black eyed peas, greens, cornbread, making sure the home was set, frying catfish, doing all of that stuff. Literally, I was talking to my sister yesterday. My sister she done did her deep cleaning already. Like, it's a big tradition in my family. We grew up that way. My granddaddy was doing it. Everybody did it. And so for me, it's a very ancestral connection. So I celebrated and honor in that way. Honoring the Gregorian calendar New Year for me is a form of ancestor veneration for me. And then the spring equinox is more of a spiritual reset, mental reset kind of as well. And then for me, my birthday is really my big personal New Year. That's my New Year. My birthday is my personal New Year. That's the one where it's like, it's me. It's all about me honoring myself, right? So that's what my birthday is all about. It really setting intentions that are centering me, so that's how I honor the different New Years. And this New Year, again, the Gregorian calendar New Year is very ancestral for me, and I feel really good about it. It's I don't know what it is. I do know what it is, and I'll talk about that as we talk more about the new moon. But this energy just feels well. It really feels well with my soul. So with that being stated, y'all, let's get into this new moon in Capricorn, because this new moon energy is going to carry us through the new year, right? This new moon in Capricorn energy will start. It has already, the shadow period already started, but it will peak on December 30th at 5:26 p.m. Eastern time, and the shadow period will last until January 2nd. Okay, so again, it will carry us into the new year. And when we're talking about new moons, we're talking about setting intentions and manifesting. And when we're talking about Capricorn energy, I love me a good Capricorn, because Capricorn is all about being structured, being super disciplined, having strong boundaries, being very goal oriented, being grounded, being great leaders, starting something. A Capricorn is very good with starting things. That is Capricorn energy. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get my water, because I feel a cough coming on. Okay, hold on. Salam, please. Please, salam. Okay, but yes, Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign, and it is ruled by Saturn. So all of that strong leadership energy is coming from that. They are the leaders. They are the start. They are the beginners. So this new moon in Capricorn, this energy of leadership, of new beginnings, is carrying us into the new year, right? And our new year is our year of 9. 2025 equals 9. And 9 is all about rebirth. 9 is all about transformation. So what you really want to focus on during this new moon in Capricorn energy is visioning. Visioning is going to be very big right now. This is a good time to manifest. This is also a good time to rest. Capricorn energy, again, is all about being grounded, being set, right? So you may have the desire to burrow in place right now. So really identify your safe places. What are your safe places? What is your safe space? What is the space that you feel, where is the space you feel comfortable just kind of burrowing in and finding safety, finding home, feeling home? Who do you feel safe burrowing with? Who do you feel safe grounding with, right? Who do you feel safe around? emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically? Who do you feel safe around? That is what the Capricorn energy is calling us to do. So again, this is just a good time to burrow in place and vision. Although it's not going to be a bad thing if you do, you do not have to do right now. Okay. And when I say do, I simply mean take action. You do not have to take action right now. I advise taking action more during the spring. The spring is when you really want to plant the seeds, right? So, this is how I do my New Year's, right? And I'm telling y'all this because I'm likely not going to do another New Year video. I've done multiple already, talking about New Year's rituals and all of that stuff. I've done multiple already. Go reference those if you want step by step how to bring in your new year, all of that stuff, right? But I'm telling you how this new moon in Capricorn is going to help that energy, right? So with the spring equinox, the spring is the good time to plant your seeds. That is the good time to take action. For me, with the Gregorian calendar new year, with this new year coming up, I like to spend these next couple months visioning. And this is a good time to start visioning. You have to vision the harvest. You have to vision what you desire. You have to vision the goal. That is the big part of manifestation, is the visioning, deciding what you want and vision. And a lot of people will skip straight over that and go to planting seeds. They'll say, oh, I got a goal, and then start trying to do. But you really want to spend a lot of time clarifying your vision, because your vision is exactly what you attract, right? That is what is coming toward you. So when I say vision is, again, step one, you have to decide what you want, right? So you decide what your goal is. And then to have your vision, I want you to utilize all 5 senses and your emotions, okay? When it comes to your goal, what does your goal look like? What does it look like physically? What does it look like? That's a part of the vision. And when I say what does it look like, I mean, what does it look like with you in it, with you doing it? How do you look in the goal, doing whatever you do, right? Whatever your goal is. So vision, what do you look like? What does your goal sound like when you vision yourself in the place, doing the thing? What does it sound like? What does it smell? What are you smelling? So if it's a new home, what does the new home smell like? If it's a new job, what do your new work clothes look like? What do you smell like going into the workplace? What does your office smell like? If it's a business, well, what is the atmosphere of your business? What is the energy of your business? Where will your business be? What does that smell like, right? So what does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? How does it feel physically, right? Or the things around you when you see it, how does it feel physically, right? Really think about that. What is the feeling, okay? What is the feeling? And when I say feeling, I'm talking about the physical touch feeling. And then let's bring it to the emotions. How do you feel in it? How do you feel? And don't just say, "Oh, I'm happy. Oh, I'm joyful. I'm grateful." Describe that. Be as vivid as you can. This is a big part of visioning, right? Be as vivid as you can when it comes to the vision. What does happiness feel like? Describe happiness. You feel happy. What does that mean? What are you doing? That is a sign that you are truly from the depths of your soul happy. What is your mindset like? What are you thinking like, right? So really, that is a huge part of visioning. So when I say, for me, when I'm deciding what I want my new year to look like, I spend months visioning, clarifying my vision, right? That's a huge part of manifestation for me, is to clarify my vision, right? What exactly do I want? All 5 senses plus emotions. What exactly do I want? And clarify that vision. And when I tell y'all, it happens. It happens, it happens, it happens, it happens every single time. But be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. And the reason that I now spend months visioning is because I've done the quick process in the past where I just ask, I quickly vision, I may write something down, I may do some scripting, but I wasn't as clear with my vision as I should have been. And I got it and was like, scratch that, erase that, strike a line through, amend, amend, amend. Sometimes it's completely abort mission. Okay, completely abort mission. Okay, so I literally have learned to sit on it for a second. When I'm manifesting something, sit on it for a second. Sit on that decision and sit in that vision. Be sure that it's really, really what you desire. It's really what you want. You are as clear as possible with every aspect, all five senses plus emotions, plus your mindset. What is your mindset in it? Because it's quite possible to get what you want and get what you desire, but you still have scatterbrain. You still have anxiety. You feel uncomfortable in it. You feel ungrateful for it because you can't even realize that this is what you wanted the whole time. Your mind is just skipping over to the next thing. So also include your mindset as a part of your vision. This is a good time to burrow in place and vision. And Capricorns are all about visioning. This is why they are great leaders. This is why they are great starters, right? Again, that cardinal earth sign, that new beginning energy is huge right now. 1 second, y'all. Y'all know Salam got to start up. You know he got to start. You know he got to start. Okay? It's nighttime and he got to disturb the peace. You know how he do. Okay? But yes, this is a great energy for a new beginning. So manifest a new beginning, manifest a fresh start. And again, our 2025, our year 9 is our year of rebirth and transformation. So that is a good time to manifest your rebirthing. What would it look like for you to rebirth? What aspect of yourself do you want to rebirth? And these are some of your journal prompts. And of course, I'll give them to y'all later on. But this is what you want to be thinking about right now during this time. Okay. So rebirthing, transformation. But again, don't focus on taking action and doing right now. Focus on being still, envisioning right now. That is going to be the goal for the new moon in Capricorn energy. All right. Now, I'm going to also say this. When it comes to this new moon in Capricorn, it may bring us a lot of surprises. Okay. It might bring us a lot of surprises. And when I say a lot of surprises, I'm talking about surprises in your personal life, like revelations and things like that. And I know normally that's full moon energy, but I'm going to tell y'all this new moon in Capricorn is also a black moon. And a black moon is a moon that is the second new moon in one calendar month. Okay. So in 30 days, in the month of December, we have had 2 new moons. This is the second new moon. So this is a black moon and it's a rare occurrence. Anytime you have a rare black moon, it brings us rare things. It brings us surprises. So there may be surprising revelations. There may be surprising things that are shown to you. And again, not just in your personal life, but also publicly. But I really want y'all to pay attention to the weather because squaring this new moon in Capricorn, we have Aries. And Aries, E-R-I-S, Aries or Eris, some people say, is all about weather. It's all about hurricanes, tornadoes, storms, things like that. So pay close attention to surprising weather events, and that's going to be a thing. And I told y'all that for the year of 2024 as a whole, that weather was going to play a huge role this year, and it has. I've been getting tagged in 11 million things. Every time something strange happens with the weather, folk be tagging me. Okay, folk be tagging me every single time. Folk be tagging me. So just pay attention over this next week or so to the weather. There may be some surprising weather events that really kind of shock you. Oh, you said California had a tornado. Oh, wow. Oh, y'all had 3 tornadoes yesterday, and the shadow period for this new moon started yesterday. So that's the thing. We have to be mindful of that. And that's why it's happening. And again, I don't tell y'all these things to like scare you like, ooh, the weather. But no, it's just so you can be aware of why this energy may be occurring. Okay, what is going on? And it may seem kind of strange, like what's happening? What's going on? 3 tornadoes back to back in this area, that's surprising, but it's not if you understand energetically what's happening in the planetary alignment. So again, just certain surprises in your life and certain surprises publicly, especially dealing with weather. So don't be surprised by the surprises. Okay. I also want to talk about Saturn. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and Saturn is our planet of boundaries and restrictions. Now, one thing about Capricorn is Capricorns are very, very big with having very strong, firm boundaries, and that is a good thing. This is a good time to reflect on your boundaries and ask yourself, how has your boundaries been serving you? Are your boundaries serving you well, right? What are your hard boundaries and your soft boundaries, and are they serving you well? So this is just a good time to have a bit of a reflection moment as you burrow in place, right? As you are kind of still for a moment, take some time to meditate on your boundaries, okay? Another planetary alignment I want to discuss is Chiron. Chiron is squaring our new moon in Capricorn. Chiron is resting well in Aries, and Chiron is also retrograde, but it will be direct on the 31st, okay? And of course, there's a little post-retrograde shadow period that will carry us through the new year as well. Chiron is the wounded healer. So Chiron really forces us to face our healing work. It calls us to face our healing work. But us having a square in Chiron means that we will be able to see the results of our healing work, right? So you'll be faced with the results of your healing work. You'll be able to more easily see how far you have come, right? How much you have progressed over time. So this is a good thing. This square is going to be good for us. You are challenged to see your healing work, but also see the results of your healing work. Now, how that may show up is your boundaries being tested, right? Your restrictions being tested, but it's easier to pass those tests. Again, you seeing the results of your healing work. It doesn't even feel like a test really, because it's like you see it coming, you see that it's happening, and it's like, oh, please, kind of just having things roll off your back, right? Like, oh, it ain't that serious. Oh, that's light. Oh, a little inconvenience. It's cool. It's kind of like having that type of energy. You may find yourself feeling very nonchalant, almost a little bit emotionally disconnected. That is also Capricorn energy, right? Capricorns are very good with keeping their emotions intact, their emotions very disciplined and ordered and structured. That's Capricorn energy. So again, just kind of feeling very smooth, very nonchalant, not really taking anything too serious, not taking anything personally, which is going to be good for us during this time. Okay, again, that healing work is paying off. And then lastly, we have Uranus retrograde, which will be trining, which trying to bring us harmony. Uranus is our planet of innovation, creativity, right? So when we're talking about Uranus retrograde, we're talking about us really being challenged to be more creative and step into our innovation, our innovative energy, right? Now with the trine, it brings us harmony. That means that your innovations are going to work in your favor, and it'll be much easier to manifest during this time. So that's why I said this new moon in Capricorn is a good manifestation moon. But what we want to focus on manifesting is new beginnings and rebirthing as we move into our year of 2025, which is all about rebirth and transformation. So that is what you want to focus on manifesting during this time. And again, pay attention to the weather, okay? So overall, y'all, this is just a good time to focus on grounding, a good time to focus on your wellness when it comes to healing work. Really reflect on your healing work and see how your healing work has paid off for you. This is also a good time to enhance your visioning, okay? Vision your rebirth. What aspect of yourself do you want to rebirth? Envision what that would look like. What aspect of yourself do you want to transform? What in your life would you want to transform? What experiences in your life do you want to transform, right? Envision that. And I'm saying this because rebirth and transformation is inevitable next year. It's inevitable. Some aspect of you will experience a rebirth, okay? So decide where you want that energy is present. Decide how you want to utilize that energy. As I said in the beginning, the intention of this video, one of the intentions is to identify practices that we can implement to utilize this energy for our wellness. The energy is there. The question is, how are you going to utilize it for your wellness? If you are not intentional about connecting with this rebirth energy, this transformation energy, it is going to connect with you and do what it want to do. Okay, so you grab hold of the reins and you guide that horse. You decide how you want to channel this energy. Don't let the energy channel you. Okay, you grab the reins and you ride that horse. Vision it. What do you want the rebirth to look like? What do you want the transformation to look like? Embrace that 9 energy. Okay, I'm gonna, and again, this is not to like, oh, but we have to think of, and this is the only thing I can relate it to, right? When we're talking about rebirth, I want you to think about the cycle of pregnancy, right? And think about the 9th month. And any mothers in here, you know this experience, right? Any parents in here, period. Hopefully, you know, fathers have been with mothers during that 9th month, and you know what that 9th month can look like, right? Those final days gearing up for labor, what laboring looks like, the journey of birth looks like. If you know how to utilize that energy, it will not have to be as difficult as often portrayed in the media on TV. That journey of carrying that baby for the final weeks, that journey of labor and the journey of birth can be done with ease. It can be done with ease. It's possible to have an easy birthing, rebirthing experience if you know how to channel that energy, if you know how to transmute that energy. So for your year of 9, that is what you want to do. You want to really practice channeling that energy and transmuting that energy. Y'all know I'm a doula. I was trained in the technique called orgasmic birthing, right? And a huge part about a huge aspect of orgasmic birthing is transmuting energy, teaching mothers how to transmute pain into pleasure. That's really what it's about, right? So think about it like that. How can you transmute this energy of rebirth into one of pleasure, into a pleasurable experience, right? So really, again, this is where your visioning comes in place. Vision what your rebirth will look like, okay? Now, I'm going to give y'all some journal prompts to carry you through, okay? And with these journal prompts, again, if you are, I said again, I ain't even say this yet, but I'm so used to saying it in my videos that you should know by now. Yes, there's definitely a book on orgasmic birthing that you all can purchase out there. And I was actually trained by the author. Yes, Miss Spinero, Denise Spinero. I love her dearly. She was amazing. She was amazing. If that's the one that you're talking about, that's the only one that I'm aware of by Denise Spinero. But okay, so journal prompts, y'all. If you are taking notes by hand, you can shorthand them. Okay, but if you are in the wellness community, you don't not shorthand, longhand. Y'all, it's the end of the night. I'm tired. I done ate good. We went to brunch. Okay, we went to La Nouvelle, what is it? They say La Nouvelle Maquis in Stone Mountain. It's a West African restaurant. It was amazing, y'all. I had a goosey, of course. You know I'm a goosey girl. I had a goosey. Don't fight me, my people, my Nigerians. Don't be mad. I had a goosey with jollof rice. What you want to do? What you want to do? I didn't eat it with the fufu. I had a goosey and jollof rice. What you want to do? What you want to do? Meet me outside. Yes. No fufu. Jollof. What? Huh? What? Okay. It tastes the best. It tastes best. Say what you want. The goosey tastes better with jollof. Say what you want. And I'm not here for the jollof wars, but I will say this. The Senegalese make the best jollof. Just say what you... Naja no carry last. I know. Naja no carry last until it's time to make that jollof and them Senegalese get in that kitchen. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But I love my Nigerians. I do. Let's get into these journal prompts. Because I can hear y'all now. I said what I said. If you are taking notes by hand, take them longhand. The journal prompts, word for word, verbatim. If you are in the wellness community, you don't need to do that because you got them right here. I'll post them in the Patreon. Let's go. First journal prompt, number 1. How do you define safe? And this is going to be big. And this is big in Capricorn energy, right? Capricorns are good with making people feel safe, with being other people's safe space. But one thing Capricorns are not good at is asking for safety when they need it. Right? Something that they are accustomed to doing is being other people's safe space, being other people's comfort place. But Capricorns are not good at reaching out when they need help, when they need a safe space. So something that we will all be challenged to do during this time. Okay, hear me clearly. Something we will all be challenged to do is identify safety for ourselves, right? And again, this is connected to that need to burrow in place, right? To feel safe, to feel comfortable. So, how do you define safe? What makes you feel safe? How do you communicate your need for safety? How do you define safe? What makes you feel safe? How do you communicate your need for safety? Second journal prompt. What is one goal you want to vision clearly? How can you improve your vision of that goal? What is one goal you want to vision clearly? And how can you improve your vision of that goal? What aspect? Think about what I said about visioning, right? You want all 5 senses as well as your emotions and your mindset be a part of your vision. That's what you want a part of your vision. All 5 senses, your emotions and your mindset, okay? So that is a part of your spiritual visioning, right? Because visioning is really a spiritual thing. So, and it's really about, y'all, I'm really giving y'all huge keys to quantum leaping here. Go back and watch my video on quantum leaping, quantum jumping. I'm giving you huge keys on quantum leaping here. This is how you quantum leap. This is how you quantum jump. This is how you do it. Okay, this is how you get spiritually to that next space. You have to take yourself holistically there. That is the key to quantum leaping. I've done it. Okay, I've done it multiple times. That is the key to it. Okay, you have to holistically take yourself to that space. And your spirit will remain there and everything else will align. Okay. That's what it's about. Right. Third journal prompt. The year of 8, 2024 has been a karmic year. Reflect on your relationship with karma. What have you learned from your karma this year? The year of 8, 2024 has been a karmic year. Reflect on your relationship with karma. What have you learned from your karma this year? And when I say, baby, have we not seen some things this year? It's easier to look out at other people. Have we not seen some things this year with that karma spinning the block? But it's time to be introspective. How has your karma been this year? What are some things you learned about yourself through your karma this year? Because it's easy to look at other people. It's easy to be on the shade rooms and the baller alerts and looking at other people. But let's go within. What has your karma shown you about you this year? Okay. What have you learned? I'm saying some of y'all out there talking about the other folks. And other folks is you. Other folks is you. We looking at your karma too. Huh? So you look at you. Before I put you on the shade room. I'm going to put you on the shade room. Let me find out. I'm going to DM the shade room and say, post this person. Oh, okay. Fourth journal prompt. The year of 9, 2025 is about rebirth and transformation. What did I write? What did I got all kind of typos. Wait, let me read it to myself so I can read it to y'all out loud. Hold on. What did of yourself would you want to rebirth? I was supposed to say aspect. Okay, let me start again. The year of 9, 2025 is about rebirth and transformation. What aspect of yourself would you want to rebirth and why? Okay. I told y'all at the end of the night I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. The year of 9, 2025 is about rebirth and transformation. What aspect of yourself would you want to rebirth and why? And the fifth journal prompt. What is one lesson you have learned this year that transformed your life and you will carry going forward? What is one lesson you have learned this year that has transformed your life and you will carry going forward? And with the wellness community, something that we do toward the end of the year, according to the Gregorian calendar, is we reflect as a collective. So we usually do a family meeting where we'll talk about like what we're grateful for, right? And a part of that gratitude is our lesson for the year. So I'm sharing this prompt with everybody. Again, this is just a good time to reflect, right? So what is one lesson that you have learned this year that you will carry going forward? Hopefully you're constantly and consistently learning. What is a big lesson that has carried you this year? And I'm not even prepared to share one because I have to really reflect in it. I have multiple lessons, but like what was my biggest one this year? Right now, so far, the one that is constantly coming up for me is, and this is a lesson, is I can and I do. I can and I do. And that's something that that's like a new mantra that I've been telling myself. I can and I do. And it's not something that I wasn't aware of, but it's something I had to turn into a mantra because something I know about myself is when I decide that I want to do something, I do it, right? I do it. And to push myself to make the decision and to push myself to move forward in doing, I tell myself I can do that. And I do that. I've done it. Because when I reflect on my life, I may not have done that thing, but I can recall times that the energy that it would take for me to do that thing, I've carried that energy in other spaces and I did it. Right? So if it took more discipline, I've had discipline in other areas. I can have discipline here. I've done it. So I can and I do. If it takes consistency, I've had consistency in other areas of my life. I can have consistency over here. I've done it. I can do it. Right? So I can and I do. I do this. I just need to do it here. Right? I can do this. I do this. And I just need to do it here. So moving my energy to other areas of my life, right? And knowing how to, again, just utilize what I know I have in me in spaces that I've never been before, doing things I've never done before. But I can do that and I do that. I just need to do it here. So that is a lesson that I will share with you guys publicly, because I probably ain't gonna see y'all no more before the new year. So I'm gonna share that with y'all publicly. And wellness community, I'm gonna ponder on the question some more. And that may be the biggest one because that is the one that is constantly replaying for me over the past few days. But I'll see if maybe there's a bigger one that's very deep in the bellows of my soul that needs to come up and share with the tribe, the collective. Okay, so I'll let y'all know. All right, crystals and herbs. As usual with the crystals, you can meditate, you can hold them, you can put them in your bra, you can put them in your drawers, you can put them in the cushion. Do what you want. And before y'all say queen in your cushion, yes. They have yoni eggs made of crystals. They have toys made of crystals. Put the crystal in your cushion. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. Make sure it's a smooth crystal and just shove it up there. It'll serve you well. Warm that crystal up. Crystals, okay? The first crystal, garnet, for prosperity. Second crystal, fluorite, for discipline. Third crystal, clear quartz, for clarity. Fourth crystal, green aventurine, for abundance. Rose quartz, for love. Running through them again. Garnet, for prosperity. Fluorite, for discipline. That's that Capricorn energy. Okay. Clear quartz, for clarity. Green aventurine, for abundance. And rose quartz, for love. The rose quartz is the coochie crystal. Okay. Herbs. Now with these herbs, there's going to be two resins. So with the resins, of course, you can all of them, honestly, I advise that you smudge with them. But the first herb, of course, you're going to set your home with, and you can cleanse yourself with them. So let me just go ahead and say it. The first herb is sea salt. Sea salt is for purification and protection. You can take you can sprinkle some sea salt in your bath. Okay. You can do a sea salt scrub to purify and cleanse your energy, but also you set your home with sea salt. So you put a little sea salt in the corners. And again, go watch my New Year's videos where I talk about setting your home and floor washes and things like that. But utilize sea salt right now for purification and protection. You can line your thresholds with it. But of course, again, you can cleanse yourself with it. You can do a salt wash. The second herb is frankincense, right? And that's a resin. You want to smudge with frankincense. Frankincense is all about resetting the energy and restoring emotional balance and emotional intelligence. Okay. Frankincense. And of course, the third one is myrrh, which is another resin. And myrrh is for meditation and healing. Myrrh is very good for giving us that clarity that we need. Okay. So frankincense and myrrh. The fourth one is witch's grass. I talked about witch's grass before. Witch's grass is for dispelling negative energy and curse breaking. That is one that you'll likely have to go to a herb store for, or you might be able to forage it. Okay. And then the fifth one is patchouli. Patchouli for abundance. Patchouli for abundance. And let me go back to the witch's grass. If you don't have witch's grass, you can substitute witch's grass. Again, it's for dispelling negative energy and curse breaking. You can substitute witch's grass for a multitude of things. You can substitute it for thyme. You can substitute it for a bay leaf, right? Any herb that's for dispelling. You can substitute it with skull cap. Skull cap is also very good for dispelling. You can substitute it with clove, okay? It's completely up to you, but witch's grass is a good one. And again, the fifth herb is patchouli, and patchouli for abundance. So running through them again: sea salt, frankincense, myrrh, witch's grass, and patchouli. Okay. And remember, y'all, this new moon peaks on December 30th. So New Year's Eve. Okay. And it will carry us. The shadow period ends January 2nd. So it will carry us through the new year, according to the Gregorian calendar. Now, this new moon is also a black moon. It is a rare moon because it is the second new moon of the month, okay? So it carries a rare, surprising energy. But again, you won't be surprised by the surprises, okay? Because you know the surprises are coming, okay? Shocking news is coming, so just be mindful of that. And again, really pay attention with the weather, specifically dealing with the weather, but also in the personal life and in public, we'll see it as well, okay? So just be mindful, all right? And remember what I said, this is a good time to burrow and vision over the next few months. And then the spring equinox is when you plant your seeds. That is when you start doing. That is when you start taking action, okay? But vision, you don't want to start taking action when you haven't done your visioning first, okay? So this is from now to spring equinox, vision. Then spring equinox, you really take action, okay? And you start doing and manifesting. And then in the harvest season, you harvest the fruits of the seeds that you have planted in the spring, okay? That is how it works. That's the cycles, okay? And again, if you, I understand people who don't honor the Gregorian calendar New Year, that is completely your business, and I respect that. As for me, I almost gave y'all a little nip slip. I'm looking for my water. Almost showed y'all a little boo. As for me, I told y'all this is very ancestral for me because my ancestors who I knew in real life, right? My grandfather, my aunts, some of my cousins, and people like that. When they were living, we honored this new year. They honored this new year, and practicing our very traditional Black folk New Year practices was very big for us. My granddaddy would make sure he had, y'all know, pork is for abundance. My granddaddy was a pork eater. Towards the end of his life, he used to sneak and eat. He used to sneak and eat. I told y'all my granddaddy passed. We found some pork sausages boiling on the stove in his house. Boiling on the stove in his house when he passed. Okay. I said, Granddaddy, now you were sneaking and eating. Okay, but his New Year's, he would have his black eyed peas, his greens, his pork, as well as his catfish and his cornbread. Y'all know the cornbread represents the gold, right? It represents the wealth of the people. The greens represent the wealth and the prosperity in the land. Okay, so abundance energy. The catfish also represent prosperity and safe travels. Okay, so that's what the catfish is for. The pork represents abundance and the cleansing of negative energy, the dispelling of negative energy. So that is what the pork was for. And the black eyed peas is the protection, the eye of protection, as well as good luck. Okay, so that's what the black eyed peas is for. And it was very traditional and still is very traditional for my family to prepare these things on the New Year's Eve. So we honor all of them. And then in spring, of course, we would do our spring cleaning. And I feel like most Black folk, I know, I'm be honest with y'all. I feel like Black people only celebrating the spring equinox is a newer thing, which is nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's a newer thing. I found that a lot of Black folks are sitting out of the Gregorian New Year. And again, nothing wrong with that. But I find that that's more of a newer thing. But when we think about like our parents and our grandparents and things like that, and like I said, I know my granddaddy, we did. I didn't know any Black folks who didn't do anything for New Year. I didn't know any. I feel like that's kind of a newer thing, and that's okay. That's your business. But again, I'm just sharing with you the intentions of why I celebrate and how I utilize the cycles of the year for my manifestation. It's not a silly question. You said, can you substitute the pork? I'm gonna be honest. I don't substitute the pork. What I just simply do is I burn herbs and stuff like that for dispelling, right? So I'll usually have a smoke bowl or a simmer pot on my stove with herbs for dispelling, and I have a dispelling video on that, right? And I'm trying to do this one right here. I can't click it. Okay, but they said as someone who does not eat meat, what do you substitute them for? And then somebody else did. Can you do vegan meat substitutions? I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't say yes and I can't say no, right? So I would say, and I'm saying that because I don't know what your ancestors and your spirit guides will accept, right? So I can't say yes and I can't say no when it comes to the vegan meat substitutes. I'm not sure about that one. You know, other people will be like, no, you can't do that for New Year's. That's not traditional or whatever, or you have to. I honestly, and I'm in a space where I feel like it's not my space to tell you you can't do that or to tell you that your ancestors won't accept that from you, because I don't know, right? They may. So I would say consult your ancestors and ask your ancestors, will they accept that from you, right? You may want to try beforehand putting out some vegan meat substitutes, right? And seeing if they accept that as offering, right? Before you do that. And then see. But when it comes to like some of the meat substitutes you could do, child, you could go on TikTok. And I'm pretty, for pork. And I've done this myself. I never ate pork. And let me just give this disclaimer. I've never ate pork, so I don't know what a pulled pork sandwich looks like. Okay. I don't know what I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know what a real pulled pork sandwich tastes like, but I did make some vegan pulled pork sandwiches with jackfruit. And I guess that's what it tasted good to me. So I guess that's what pulled pork tastes like. It got good reviews from my pork eating friends. So I would say for the pork, substitute the jackfruit. And then for the fish, a lot of people use artichoke heart for fish. And then I forget the name of the mushroom, but it's a mushroom that a lot of people use for fish as well. It's not lion's mane, because people use the lion's mane to sub for chicken, but it's a different mushroom that they use for fish. But again, look it up on TikTok, girl. All the good vegan chefs. Look at Tabitha Brown. I'm sure Tabitha Brown got some got some good fish substitutes out there. How do you know if your ancestors accept your offerings? You will know your ancestors accept your offerings based on how your offerings look and how fast they dry up, right? How fast they go. So if your offerings still look fresh after two days, I'll say, then they likely have not been accepted. And that's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong or you're doing something bad. You just need to cleanse your home and try again with something else, right? So it may just mean that that's not what they wanted. For example, you put alcohol out and the alcohol is still in the glass. You got like a shot glass of alcohol out and it has not evaporated. It has not gone at all. It hasn't gone down at all. Then that's a sign that they have not accepted it, right? But if it goes down quickly, that's a sign that they accepted it. So you may just need to try something else, right? All ancestors don't want alcohol. All of them don't want certain foods. Some of them don't want anything, y'all. There are many ancestors who don't want anything from you. They just want you to be well, okay? And trust me, in consultations that has come up, they don't want anything. Okay. And then some may just want flowers and water. Some just want simple things, right? So don't think, and that's why I said, don't think that if your offerings are being accepted, it means you're doing something bad or you're doing something wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes your ancestors just don't want anything from you. Your good works, your life is offering enough for them. The breath in your body, you practicing your wellness, you breaking generational curses, that is offering enough for them. Okay, you just existing and being well and doing things that they couldn't do, you being the first to do things in your family, sometimes that is offering enough for them. They don't want the food, they don't need anything else. They just want you to be well and to thrive and be better than they could have ever been and to live out their dreams and do the things that they couldn't do, right? Because they existed so that you could be, right? So you just being, is offering enough. And never forget that. Never forget that, y'all. When you feel like, oh, my ancestors aren't, remember, you being is offering enough. You existing and being well and living life intentionally is ancestor veneration enough. That is ancestor veneration enough. That is why they survived and thrived, so that you can thrive. Okay. So when you feel like, oh, I want to practice some ancestor veneration, focus on your wellness. Focus on your wellness because that is offering enough. Okay. I love y'all, family. I love y'all dearly. Honey, I'm finna get me some rest. Okay. I'm about to get some rest and finish my goosey with my Jollof. Love ya. Much peace, much wellness community. I will see y'all tomorrow for our Sunday film watch party, or we may do our New Year's family meeting. Okay. One of those two tomorrow. Okay. I love y'all dearly, family, and y'all's wellness community. Y'all start thinking about that question too. What is a life lesson that you have learned this year that will carry you into the new year? And then, of course, what are some things that you are grateful for? Let's run through our gratitudes. So we may do that meeting tomorrow, or we might do it on Monday, and then tomorrow just do our Sunday film watch party. I'll let y'all know in the morning. Let me sleep on it, and I'll let you know. Okay. Much peace, much wellness. And YouTube family, I'll see y'all likely in the new year, unless spirit lead me to come before you again. Unless spirit lead me to come before you before then, I'll see y'all in the new year. And as far as Kwanzaa, I talked about it on my socials. Go to my socials for a Kwanzaa breakdown. Okay. I've talked about it on YouTube in the past. You can look up an old video, but I did it on my socials. Go there for the Kwanzaa breakdown. Okay. You can catch it there on the Tickies. Okay. In the Insties. All right. I'm going to rest, y'all. Love you. Y'all rest too. Have a good night. I will see y'all soon. And be well and prosper. And hallelujah. Shake a booby. Much peace.